tell you a story now. It used to be one of the worst periods of my life. Workplace demands, family issues, and occasionally my own personal anxiety battles. I was always worn out and nervous, like I didn't have control over my own life. I felt as though every bad thing sapped all of my strength. Things like this frequently dashed my hopes. One day, I happened onto an old article about Stoic philosophy when I was aimlessly browsing the internet for a solution to my problems. I couldn't understand it at first, but as I read it slowly, the more I believed that these concepts could allow me to see things differently in my life. I began to realize that fretting about things is pointless and that there are things beyond my control. Accepting the things we cannot control is the first step toward true freedom in life. In the past, I used to get upset or depressed very away when I was in an uncomfortable circumstance. For example, I was really unhappy when a big project at work failed one day. I was unable to accept it at all. It was difficult for me to accept that the work I had done, the hours I had sweated, and the moments I had been awake wasn't useless paper. I was unable to think straight, and my courage had crumbled. However, I learned from Stoic philosophy that my response to the project's failure is more important than its failure itself. I now feel the force of Seneca's statement, sometimes merely surviving requires courage, as I recall it. True strength is overcoming obstacles, embracing them, and moving on. Only when we examine ourselves and adopt a new perspective on everything that has a negative impact on us will we begin to realize a great deal of things. I then started working on my endurance. The Stoic philosopher Cleanthes, who held a special place in my heart, once said, "The measure of strength is not how well you resist difficulties, but how calmly you accept them." I would think of this every time I confronted a hardship. I used to take a deep breath, approach the situation calmly, and then get enraged like I used to. For instance, I used the time I spent stalled in traffic to clear my head rather than becoming irritated. This way, I was opposing negative thoughts in time, which was excellent for my complete being, and I could avoid the rapid beating of my heart and the constriction of my breath, which hurt both my body and spirit. My dear friends, I assure you that there was a time when my troubles felt like massive mountains. But I can think clearly now. According to Chrysippus, happiness depends on one's inner peace, and this peace can only be achieved by accepting difficulties with wisdom. Like I did, anyone can climb these mountains. The key is to face your challenges head-on rather than shy away from them. With such thoughts, my dear friends of Stoicism, all we need to do is turn inside to grow as people and try to grasp what Stoicism has to say. We have to really want it. When faced with any situation, we may use the principles from Stoicism to transform our ideas and even our lives if we maintain a close relationship with it. Since I tend to be true in my interactions and develop strong attachments to those close to me, I was a little hurt a few days ago when a close friend of mine broke a promise. My loved ones are an integral part of who I am. Therefore, I was a little offended when my friend broke their word. I would have been furious and really disappointed in this if I were the previous version of myself. However, I immediately recall Penedius's observation that adversity serves as a gauge of a person's character. Our true selves are revealed through our responses to hardship. I saw this as a chance to grow personally and have a deeper understanding of my friendship with my friend. The proverb, "Be patient, not just because you have to, but because it is noble," by Cato the Younger, has also stuck with me as a new motto. Challenges compelled me to exercise patience, but I also chose to embrace patience as a virtue. Even though things aren't always simple in life, I now realize that every difficult situation and every pressure point presents an opportunity to show perseverance and inner strength. My dear friends who practice Stoicism, this shift in my life came about as a result of applying Stoic philosophy to my day-to-day activities. I still have difficulties, but I see things in a different light now. To me, true strength is embracing challenges head-on and growing from them rather than just conquering them. According to Posidonius, suffering is inevitable, but despair is a choice. When we choose patience, we choose freedom. These remarks demonstrate that while facing challenges is normal, we have a choice in how we respond to them. Choosing patience is a real act of self-liberation. Diogenes of Babylon expressed the same idea in a slightly different way. Despairing is a decision. When we choose endurance, we choose freedom. My dear friends who practice Stoicism, keep in mind that although suffering is something outside of our control, we can nevertheless manage it. Through his own Stoic life experience, Musonius Rufus teaches us that the one who practices endurance grows stronger with every trial and becomes unbreakable. Every difficult situation, my dear Stoic friends, teaches us something new, and with each lesson, we grow stronger and more determined. According to Hierocles, the true test of virtue is to bear what others fear calmly. Stated differently, virtue is the absence of fear and the ability to accept difficulties with grace. It's important to regulate our fears in this situation. This remark does not teach us to face our fears head-on, because there are occasions where facing our fears is just as dangerous as facing our fears, such as the fear of looking into an abyss. Rather, it means that when a challenge we are afraid of comes up, we need to acknowledge it with compassion, consider how to handle it, and prevent a collapse of the soul. Being calm and patient when acting can give people a strong sense of resilience. Although we have no control over how a storm forms, we do have influence over how we react to and accept it. Because life is unpredictable, we are frequently thrown into choppy situations where we feel helpless. But inside that helplessness is a vital truth. Although we are powerless to alter the outside world, we are capable of molding the interior world around us. Even while the storms are raging outside, we may develop a quiet core within ourselves, a safe haven where we can process our feelings and ideas without allowing chaos to take over. Let's pause now, my lovely Stoic friends, and quickly go over everything we have already covered. We now know that life's obstacles can serve as a tremendous source of strength. Every challenge is more than just a hassle. It's a chance to improve yourself and pave the way for future success. Sometimes all we need to do is take a deep breath, deal with challenges in a composed manner, and view them as friends, teaching us important lessons rather than as adversaries engaged in combat. This change in viewpoint is essential. Challenges don't have to be seen as insurmountable obstacles. Instead, we can regard them as teachers who help us grow in resilience and character. Our attitude toward life's obstacles reveals our actual nature and capacity for strength. We demonstrate the depth of our inner resources when we persevere through hardship with grace. Cleanthes, Chrysippus, Seneca, Cato, Panaetius, and other Stoic philosophers left us with lessons that ought to serve as a beacon of light for the rest of our lives. Their knowledge illuminates our way and serves as a reminder that purpose and clarity may be found even in the most difficult circumstances. We have discovered from their statements that every challenge truly presents a chance for us to show off our inner strength. This goes beyond simply weathering adversity. It also involves actively interacting with it, drawing lessons from it, and turning our setbacks into victories. Every time we face a challenge and remain composed and patient, we demonstrate the resilience of our spirit. With every encounter, we build strength in this equanimity practice. We have to make an effort to comprehend ourselves better by accepting all of these ideas. The first step on the path to mastery is self-awareness. While we may not be able to stop a disaster, we can control how we accept and deal with it. We can handle life's ups and downs with a sense of agency and purpose when we are aware of this. Life will inevitably bring obstacles, bottlenecks, and anxieties. However, if we can breathe deeply and face these situations with poise and serenity, we can think more clearly, which is good for our body and soul. When we're under pressure, we should never underestimate the power of our breath. It helps us to ground ourselves and find our balance again. We can deliberately select our reactions by establishing a distance between stimuli and response through the practices of mindfulness and reflection. My dear friends, let us ingrain these philosophical ideas into our hearts and see every obstacle as a chance for personal development. Let's develop a resilient and inquisitive mindset. Through the inner peace that Stoicism offers, we can live more purposefully and freely in the world. Happiness is found in our attitude toward every occurrence and in the tranquility we establish within ourselves. It is not found in the absence of challenges or in successes. This calm is an outcome of our inner labor, and a reflection of our capacity to persevere in the face of difficulty. Let's make an effort to live by this principle every day, become more resilient and self-assured as we overcome obstacles. Keep in mind that every challenge is an opportunity to improve rather than just a test. By accepting challenges, we are actively contributing to our own progress rather than merely surviving life. Accept the trip wholeheartedly and let every experience, both positive and negative, reshape you into a more self-aware and understanding person. I am aware that things are not always what they seem to be. I know you're thinking that I'm just pushing you to improve, but I understand everything perfectly. However, having been on the same road as you, I am aware of the predicament you find yourself in. It's not that easy. I've gone through a lot to get here, and there have been moments when I felt really alone. I was so worn out by life's hard lessons that my resolve wavered. If it weren't for my belief in God, I might have passed away a long time ago. Still, I'm thankful for my continued breathing. This is a wonderful gift for me that I am still in this life. I make an effort to provide you the chance to have a wonderful day despite these obstacles. Because not many individuals can create for you without expecting anything in return, I am really grateful that you have given me this opportunity. As a mere mortal, I am deeply grateful to be in your presence. Finding yourself is a journey of comprehending your inner conflicts, conquering them, and eventually refusing to let them weaken you. Discovering our determination in the midst of adversity in life makes us stronger still. Every one of you faces unique challenges, but keep in mind that these conflicts don't make you less of a person, rather they make you stronger. Every time you overcome an obstacle, you find your inner strength. You are intended to benefit from my love and support as you continue on this path. Every hardship serves as a teaching tool, and every opportunity is presented. Moving forward and sharing our problems together will help us assist each other more in the future. Let's work toward that. It means so much to me to be on this trip with you and to have you by my side. Every moment offers the chance to enjoy life to the fullest. We shall advance together as we help one another, growing stronger and learning to view everything that occurs in this world positively. Believe that you can overcome these obstacles. We can build a solid community by talking about the difficulties we encounter in life. We shall be able to overcome these challenges because of our togetherness and mutual support. Together, we will overcome any obstacle. I therefore implore you to take a moment to recognize your inner conflicts, learn how to handle them, and finally, improve your self-esteem. Your soul will be at peace with you once you are able to accomplish this. You'll be more equipped to handle the difficulties that life presents. Know that you are not by yourself. Every one of you possesses a power that is frequently disregarded. Every day offers a fresh start and a fresh chance. Have faith that your success in life will increase as you get a deeper understanding of yourself. You can face the obstacles life throws at us with more positivity and openness when you find inner peace and harmony. So let's support one another and navigate this challenging journey together. I am very grateful that I could encourage you and share this struggle with you. Proceed, never give up, and always try to win your battles.